Cool. Hey, my name's Ash. I work for a company called VanHack. We are a 190,000 strong micro community. We were built about 4 years ago. I'll get to the end and I'll tell you a little bit about what we do, but let's start off with micro communities in 2019. And many of you probably know a little bit about this, but we're moving away from mass communications. There's a lot of just bad news in the media about things like Facebook, Twitter, Google, a lot of these large companies stealing your data, so on and so forth. And people really are getting conscious about privacy and they want to engage with brands now, but they don't want to engage in mass mediums anymore. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're moving away from posts, tweets, YouTube videos, blog articles, email newsletters, etc., and moving towards other tools, and I'll give you some concrete examples as to why and how. So we're going away from mass communication and we're going towards interpersonal communication online. We're talking to people, so people want you to engage with me, don't engage with all of us, which is ironic if you think about it. And let's talk about how. So that's Slack. Some of you may use it. We use it in a very different way, and I'll show you in a bit. Let's find out. Here's a neat little comic that I saw today. There's lots of trends, but what I want to focus a little bit more on is how to actually take advantage of the trend. The first thing I want to talk about a little bit is finding your own tribe. So, you've got some donors who are mass donors, some people who are very engaged with you online. There are probably these people who are replying to some of your Facebook posts all the time, commenting, they're engaging with you, they reply to your emails. When you say, hi, Peter, they say, hey, thanks so much for emailing me this. These are the kinds of people, and they're really excited about what you do. To borrow from a very prominent marketer, Seth Godin, find your tribe. Take them online. So let's say you have them in person. People are very engaged at your personal events. We'll talk about the tools you can use that. Give up control. So it's really important. Just when you're engaging in micro communities, you don't have to be the one who drives that. Somebody else can do it. It can be, Bob, who's super excited all the time, and let him post a lot and let people engage with Bob. And maybe Bob's not part of your core team. Be authentic. So, this is pretty relevant and a lot of people have talked about it today. Engage individually. So single out people and talk to them. And finally, make custom mini groups. So, just build groups on the fly. And let's see some tools you can do that. This one's pretty cool. Who here uses a Facebook group right now? Okay, so this is, we've been doing this for a while. I'm part of a really cool Facebook group that I'm pretty proud of. It's called Popper Ride, or it used to be called Hitch Planet. It used to be based out of this exact space a long time ago. It's a kind of like a ride share to get between cities and towns. It's available in Vancouver, popperride.com. What I love about Popper Ride is Flo, who's a pretty cool guy. He created this group. Initially it used to be called VIP. And it was for their power users, so people who were really using it a lot. And they were building this product, it was really small. They went out and they started announcing new ideas or any kind of updates. They rebranded, they posted there, people hated it. Then they posted publicly, and now people have gone around to it. But then they got the feedback and, they really test out things there first. When Greyhound skipped out of Western Canada, people jumped there and posted, hey, this Greyhound's gone, you should know about this. People called them. Imagine if your supporters called you and said, hey, there's this cool thing that's happening, you should do. And so the group allows them to do that. And not just Facebook, tomorrow we might be using some other tool and building these kind of internal communities within these tools, LinkedIn, whatever you use, I think is something we're already doing. Slack. So I'm going to show you a little bit about this later, but we use Slack as a team, and then we have another Slack group with about 50,000 people on it. And so we'll post, so what we do is we help companies find software developers on one side. And the other side, we help software developers learn soft skills and language skills. So the great thing about having like your supporters, your core VIP people, or even just everybody who donated to you this year or supported you this year on a Slack group is you can post about things and people will engage. So if they don't know how to use Slack, you can teach them. It's pretty quick to learn, but a lot of, especially digital natives in offices nowadays are moving to this. So also built in Vancouver, like I said before, it's potentially one of the best messaging apps ever. And then you can build things like little channels to engage about different topics. I would suggest that you keep your team groups private on Slack, so team channels, and then invite people to more mass channels. Have an event, start a chat group. So almost every chat tool from WhatsApp to Messenger to basically anything else has invite links that you can just share. So send that in an email. Say, you're coming to the event tonight. Here's like a WhatsApp group or Messenger or whatever you use, and say, hey, listen, sign on, and people will comment, and you can keep that group going. So every time we run an event, keep the same group, post about it, real time. People can say, hey, where's the washroom? And somebody can reply. That's an engagement, but it's still people are interacting with each other, and it's a little bit of an event-based moment. And then this is one of my favorite products that I've heard of in the last year. It's called Logic. They're an amazing publication. They're a subscriber-based tech publication. So they have like an exclusive gated kind of area where they talk about tech news. And I love what they're doing. We ourselves have premium offerings where we have a premium part of our website that only paid subscribers can view. So if you want to experiment with that, where you're having a special part of your website that only VIP donors can access and they need a code, I would recommend that. And here's a bonus, micro video. So this is not a group or online community, but one thing I love is this tool called Vidyard. They have a thing called Go Video where you can send individual videos. So next time somebody donates a certain amount or more, or engages with you in a certain way, make them a custom video and just send it by email. Imagine if you got an email that said, hey Chad, thanks for that donation, love you. That would be so amazing. Lastly, this is our community. So VanHack, we're 190,000 tech professionals online. We start off building a school for software developers around the world. We use, funny enough, we start off as a Facebook message chat. And my CEO added 5,000 people. He got an email saying he had hit the limit on friends. And then he went, oh, well, that sucks. Then he went to a Facebook group. And then we're on Slack. We use WhatsApp groups locally within communities. So we have a Kitchener WhatsApp group, we have a Vancouver WhatsApp group, a Sao Paulo WhatsApp group, so on. We have a premium zone that members pay for where they get exclusive content. And then we also do some work for nonprofits. Because we have an online community of engineers, sometimes we do cool projects. We built an app for the Binners project, which you may know if that's based locally. It's called the Binners Hook. It's just a little app where you can tell them to come pick up your stuff if you have a house party at home or something, and a binner will come pick it up. And I'd like to offer any kind of nonprofit here. We'll get our developers to build you something absolutely for free. So what they want is to engage with people and speak English because they come from non-English speaking countries. They're all over the world, and they love building stuff for other people if they can communicate with them and practice the language skills they're learning. So if you want to know more about that, just come chat with me later. Yeah, thank you.
Fabulous. So thank you.